Done.
You discriminate in favor of
I am a man of the people. I answer every question. But if you pay, then you get bumped to the top of the line.
Oh, okay, so you go. Pay to play, connected on that.
And sometimes other podcasts will ask questions just to promote the podcast.
Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting to look for living.
That it is.
We all have very weird jobs.
There's no question about that. Yeah, I'm headed back to Florida then by a week.
So jealous.
There.
I'm going home the week before Thanksgiving. So excited. It will be cold here too, so the ways to go. Where are you from? Oh, Claremont? No, Lake.
Lakeland. I can go to-
Me too, if you will be happy.
You're in Claremont.
Friday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be on.
Right by you.
Asking to be in the office conspiracy theory. Yeah, official.
Orlando.
Just.
Yeah.
I
I know, I'm hoping to go to a UF Texas.
That's the thing.
I am, yes.
So it's spaceship.
They're tech. We just need to make sure.
See their tech. Super quiet.
Talking around in case something's
I think they said maybe this morning. That was an option for a little bit.
Right.
The fact that it's giving off.
Yeah, it's one of those, to me, it's always one of those things.
And the fact that it's good, spewing data doesn't appear to have.
What's that realm of possibility?
No, you're right.
Just bring on that thing going by.
It's a spaceship. It's
Also, Orlando would be covering. They would have to continue.
There's also.
They got the magnet.
There's also, and it's a comet. It's losing mass.
The Super Bowl, Choice City.
Fit with a comet.
Provo
Some comets have tails. It is unusual.
Yet we send out defensive probes into space. Yeah, okay. So funny that you rejoin Space Force.
It's
Someone who has a higher education than all of us combined, that we can send defensive probes through the space.
Now, the Harvard guy has in the past thought everything is aliens. So
You've been wrong before.
he's been wrong before.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
So
Supposedly.
he thought the other two interstellar objects were also aliens.
Well, they're coming.
So he's over two so far.
I'm on Emily's side. We want cat aliens.
They're gonna release all the kittens.
They do have the same eye as the aliens and the cats.
That would really terrify me because I think cat aliens would be huge. They'd be small.
It's been going on for an hour.
Cat aliens? What is that?
Oh, we'll catch you
I'm
up.
lost.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's a longer explanation. I don't know. Oh, no.
Please.
I feel so responsible for
this.
I know, I feel. This
Hey, Herbie down the rabbit hole.
not be shut down.
You are 100% responsible.
Imagine it flies by and there's like all the telecommunications like just stop.
But we're gonna know when it gets to the sun. If it hovers, when it gets to the sun, it just doesn't hover. We know.
Oh my
Or
god.
it's just
So they
it's
get all, like,
an
power
L
from
turn.
the- Like Superman.
When it stops acting like a comet, that's when we'll know.
Is it already doing that?
Yeah,
It hasn't hovered. It hasn't taken a left or right turn.
its tail has been all crazy though.
God, there's a new.
It's acceleration and
Oh, that's cool.
direction.
Nine.
So that's concerned.
We sent it.
The gas trail is what's
Like the, like,
or the lack of gas trail
oh, yeah, this is
getting a
our.
lot of attention.
All the nuns.
There was, what are they texting?
Oh, I thought you were looking.
Putting.
I think it's like heading.
Oh,
No,
That's not.
putting.
Petting zoo
Petting zoo?
with nuts apparently.
Wait, is it petting? Oh, petting.
This is what happened.
The nuns are in a.
Nothing.
fucking
That's what I
place.
said, like, nothing.
Non-driving contest. Not driving, but drive.
Driving.
Yeah, just don't land in the ocean. That's the best case scenario.
Yeah, that's the best case scenario.
Well, it's gonna cause a tsunami. But see, if it lands on land, then
Are you talking
it's
about
going
comets or
to
aliens?
a Earth-wide. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Comets
Okay,
and
so
aliens?
have you heard of the problem they call
Cloud of dust that will blanket the skies for generations. They do acid rain
It's like the.
and slow death of starvation. I mean, a tsunami, at least,
That they-
okay, times out,
It's coming.
a few hundred million or a couple billion people die.
Stuff that's right.
But then once the water recedes,
Space.
Space Force.
kind of-
No, but you go swim around and drown.
Well, it's not.
I want to.
Relax.
I want to spin a rack.
They-
I don't.
Here's the bright side. If,
Morgan Freeman.
well, one,
Good
the tsunami.
They said it should.
It got here in Sunday.
Yeah, they.
No, once again,
Released like
Missouri,
the
I
best.
wonder how many.
remember
times
the limestone caves of Missouri was where they built like all the vaults for the VIPs and took everybody in the Ozarks. Because the high water mark was the Appalachians. That's where the
It's
kids
different than like a.
climbing the mountain in Tennessee.
They're free on the motorcycle.
Concentrate ones.
We're both
Yeah.
the Appalachians and the Rockies. It keeps you down there. So we got that going.
Plus the Denver airport has the.
And if you were
Where the hell's Matt and Melanie when you need them?
the pressure of that water, there's gonna be freeze drought.
Okay, that's what I got.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Well, if it's a part of Earth, that.
Not drowning.
No, I don't want to.
I don't need some.
I stay right. I almost drowned one. That was terrible.
Thank God.
We'll continue this discussion after.
Yeah, let's
Matt, we miss you.
make it a point.
We're not being here. I don't know where the no offense. All right, good afternoon, everybody. Morning, whatever it is. Yeah, good.
Family communications is on a different level this week.
But this is the only week we don't talk. We've talked about this before. He's been in the league now for 7 years.
Yeah.
We went against him when he was in Chicago and this is kind of cool. And it's always cool. My parents came in town, last week on Saturday to see the last game there. They stayed all week to see this one too, to see Shane. And so it's it's fun. It's a cool thing. My son coaches for the Commanders.
Speaking of your son and the Commanders, they look pretty good on special teams.
I tell you, we do a ranking system that we use for motivation with the guys and stuff, and they're second in the league. They got unbelievable numbers. They, score touchdowns and they cover great, and they're very well coached. I mean, Larry Izzo, does a great job. He was a good player, and he's even a better coach. And I'm very impressed watching the tape, watching these guys, and what you see on tape is what you see in the numbers too. So I mean, they're good.
Where are you on kickoff coverage? How's it
I
sound?
don't know what we're exactly. We're probably in the middle of the pack. I mean, that's kind of where we are now, like rankings. We have them second, and we're like 18. And we're striving to work to be where they're at. We just want to keep improving week in and week out, and then by the end of the year, we'll be up in the top 5. That's what we're shooting for.
How much tinkering do you do like week to week on how you kick the ball off and what you do? Is that really the special sauce on getting?
Yeah, it changes. I mean, obviously, you're playing a team this week that they're number 1 in the league, and on kickoff return. I mean, they get out. I think it's like 35-yard line average, or so close to 35 all the time. And they have guys that are game breakers like Debo back there, and Lane and McCaffrey. I mean, all those guys are all excellent, and they block really well. So you got to try to come up with a scheme that's something different, maybe. And then if you can't stop them, then you got to think about kicking touchbacks and giving the ball to 35. I mean, that's like the last resort that we want to do. But I mean, if that's what you got to do, sometimes you got to check your ego and do that. So, but it changes week in and week out. Sometimes you're getting inside the 25 and 30, and those are good days. how
Are those
positive
things
was it?
that like during a game, there's momentum during a game as well? Sometimes it's just the smart thing, just.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Like in the last game, I mean, we're beating them pretty good. There's no sense in giving them any life at all, like, kicking the ball to them and letting them get a big return and all of a sudden they get a spark. So, those are the decisions that you got to make. And you say, hey, we're just going to kick a touchback here. Guys aren't really happy about it. They want to cover every kick. And that's the competitiveness in those guys. But sometimes you got to do that. I mean, that's just managing the football game. The main thing is winning the game. I mean, that's the number one thing that we strive for.
How important was it for Harrison to have just a clean game?
It was real important. Get one, and now we try to get another one. I mean, that's, he had a really good practice this week, and we're still going, but he's good so far, and he's in a good place.
Who's number one in the rankings?
Seattle.
Dave, do you have any memory of a game where you didn't have a kickoff return? Remember the last time?
A kickoff return or a field goal.
The opponent didn't have a kickoff return.
No, not too many. I haven't had any games where I didn't have a field goal block, and that happened last week. We didn't have any field goal blocks at all. So
You still,
it's weird.
you still consider Brashard Smith one of your top kickoff returners?
Yeah, he's definitely, and he keeps getting better. I mean, you see it in offense too, making people miss and doing a better job of his visioning and staying square. And he hasn't really gotten the ball kicked to him a lot, kick return. So last week they kicked the touchback. It was one. We had one. They kicked the touchback and we had an opportunity, but he'll still be back there.
You mentioned your team rankings and your point systems for your guys. Who are on the leaderboard right now?
Leo's up there. I know, and then Cooper McDonald was up there, and we keep track, production wise, and there's a couple other guys close, but Leo's been a standout all year. I mean, he's Mr. Consistent in special teams.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, see you later.
Oh, yeah, again. I got.
Dave's got fucking 200 grand. Second head and blue medical tank. Let's go.
Who did?
Brian Dable.
200 grand.
Yeah.
That's nice.
There it is. Shit.
What is it?
Something unique.
That's the, how far away is that? Is that between the main?
We can't hear that because it's a outside of the
And it's coming back.
For the Super Bowl halftime check.
I'll be back in February.
Yeah.
For Bad Bunny.
If we're around, I think the Super Bowl.
Yes, we're around. It'll be a very memorable halftime show.
Is it gonna hit before Christmas or after? So see how much money I need to spend in this.
You never know when your last Christmas is gonna be.
It's a good thought. It brings down that. It's good.
Yeah, so it's right there.
Had a lot of good ones.
So. I was gonna let here right.
So.
Tell them coming out or see.
When
Come, we're ready.
Through the sun.
Is it gonna do like a group of this or?
This path right now, yeah, it says it's coming this way. It's like it takes all this over stop here and it comes this way.
Takes a hard left.
That's why
Your seller left.
That's why Jesse keeps saying it takes an L trying to move this. I mean, it's approaching, it's closest to Venus right now, but you know, here's the crazy thing. I think it's getting closer to Jupiter or Saturn, one of those. And I
Yeah, it's in Jupiter.
So,
My money's on Jupiter.
Yeah.
yeah, it's close to the birth of Jupiter. Jupiter already has the ability to
It's larger than Earth, so.
How's this gonna affect the Big Bear Week?
well.
What if
Yeah,
it
that won't be-
affects
Tiny bear, like,
the moon affects the ocean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tides.
That's a lot of things.
I love it. I love it.
Dang.
I love it. Everyone in the board, I love it. Everything in the ocean is based
Oh,
on.
really?
somewhere.
Oh my gosh. What if it hits the moon?
I know.
Flat.
I don't know why I'm not worried about it though.
It's nothing to worry about.
And then you can do
Happy to have us.
Plane crash and. We're going down there.
What I do, I quit my job, go back home.
You grind till the end, take pictures of them, get uploaded.
I take my cat with me.
That's the thing, you
Yeah.
won't really know it's the end.
Yeah, you know, we'll all come out here and have a press conference.
Go through security.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we go,
Bags through.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Man. Blessed is hard.
Oh my God.
That's the last thing I hear in my life.
That happens to me sometimes.
Assistant
Speaking, and I-
Coordinator,
They
coordinator,
were
being at the code, it's morning or day, good afternoon, whatever I'm trying to say.
See, now I got my.
Last thing I hear on the calendar is good morning, good afternoon, I don't know what it is.
Boom. You know, what I always wonder, like in movies and stuff, they always show like people like on the news saying what's happening. If there was actually a comet about to hit the Earth,
The news is off.
there's no way people are at their jobs at the news desk.
Exactly.
Only the grinders.
Grinding.
Yeah,
You need to be there.
there. Right before she hugged her dad on the beach.
Emmy worthy, man. That's how you win Emmy.
It's
the point.
My hero.
Until it was like,
I'm going.
okay, you're, we're all gonna die.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong on this, Armageddon, I don't think they would probably did that. That was, that's not seen.
Dead.
See,
Because they know if you let it out there, it's, society will break down. It'll break down.
Well, no one would trust it. No one trusts the government. anyway, so.
What even a deep impact, baby?
Underrated movie.
That is a great flick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Morgan Freeman is a great president. Great.
I had to.
you wouldn't go from here.
Dude has no age.
He has 50.
I don't know if I would survive.
Shawshank Redemption, I mean, it's the same.
You wouldn't have technology.
You gotta go walk.
I'd be
You gotta
like,
eat
you'll never
anything.
see my family ever again.
Dang,
I don't know what I would do.
Kill everything.
Look, we're all making plans.
we
I don't know what I would do.
don't know either.
It's over the holidays.
I'll create a bunker or something.
That won't save you.
In the zombie apocalypse.
What if they both happen at the same time?
Death Star.
I know.
Have you seen The Walking
Yeah,
Dead?
what if the aliens are
I feel like you like The
zombies?
Walking
I'm
Dead.
gonna eat people's brains out.
Please.
He's out there, just talking.
Yeah, it didn't.
Blair is now longing for that. Releasing
Here it comes.
spacecraft.
No,
Steve
he's a
Spagnuolo.
Blair. No one Blair will read up on it, and then Monday night when we see him at the game, we're gonna talk about it and then talk about it. He's floating. So, respect.
Well, how's everybody doing?
It's-
Same normal face, unless you all keep coming back.
I know, normally you've already moved on to the next one. This is a really weird one because there wasn't much to study on this last one. Have you ever had a game where you're just looking back at?
No, that was special. I mean, we enjoyed it for an hour. Moved on, but you know, I think what gets lost a little bit in that is, you know, credit to the special teams didn't give up any points because that, you know, and the offense didn't turn it over or have one of those, because that's part of it. And then a lot of credit to our guys and the other guys that I don't want to get lost in all that is when we, somewhere in that fourth quarter, I think, when we kind of changed a lot of, those guys went in and did a nice job too. The Jack Cochrans and the Jeff Bassett's and all the guys that went in there and Cooper McDonald, you know, they were on point. We all remembered what happened in the Baltimore game when they had that long run. So I think everybody was thinking about that, but it's a special thing. I'll think more about it, I think, when the season's over. What I did tell the guys was I hope that's not the best game we play this year. That would be kind of nice, right?
The players, like, you know, they physically don't have 65 plays to go through. But mentally for you, I mean, you only had to make 20 some calls, right? I mean, is it?
Yeah.
Did you feel different?
It's funny. I'm like one moment at a time. I mean, it's like one series, that series over. I'm just thinking about what can happen on the next. And at the time, you don't know that it's going to come out like that. So I'm just thinking about the best way to stop the opposing offense on the next series. And then if the game's over and you look up, and you know, I think you guys should be really proud of that.
Generally speaking, you guys have had a lot of success against some elite backs and gone off against other teams. I guess what do you think has been the secret sauce?
I don't really want to talk about that. I'm not even gonna hit that one. I hope it's because our guys, you know, rise up to the challenge. We're about to face some other ones this week. This number 22 that has jumped onto the scene is really good. All three of these backs, I think, do a really good job of breaking tackles. So that's never going to change for us in any game that we go into. The first focus is going to be on stopping run attack, because I firmly believe you don't need that.
Through your lens, what's been holding Christian Fulton back from getting into the line?
Well, a couple things. I mean, it's a hard thing for Christian right now. Now I think he's getting there health wise, but now you've lost all the practice time and lost all the reps. Noel has gone in there and done a really nice job. And we'll see where it goes. I talk to him usually weekly about be ready, because inevitably in this league, we're going to need more than 2 or 3, sometimes even 4 corners. We're going to need them all. So at some point we're going to need them. And he's working hard at it. It's just that, and especially with where we're going with practices now, we just can't get that volume of reps for guy. And so we're kind of sticking around.
Your offense, on the other side of the football, is averaging 3.5 minutes to drive. I mean, it's the most time anybody in the league. But they've had some that are at least 4, 5, 6, 8-minute drives. What does that do for you as a coordinator to have that kind of time?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It doesn't do as much to me as I think as our players. It gets some pressure. We're over there. We're able to go over there and make necessary adjustments. Sometimes when you get a long drive on defense, and you feel like you got to cover a bunch of things, and all of a sudden the offense is 3 and out, you don't get a chance to do it. So it does give us time to reload mentally and then physically for the guys to get ready for the next series. It's nice to have. It's a nice thing to have.
Couple more.
What's been the difference in preparing for this Washington team when you know Daniels isn't going to play? I know you have a lot of respect for Mariota. But
Yeah, that's a great question, and I'll be perfectly frank. It didn't change at all, and I'll tell you why. I think they did a really good job for their team by getting a backup quarterback, who I think fits exactly what they do. Like, it doesn't feel like, sometimes we play. Let's say we play a drop back quarterback, and the backup is a athlete. And we always got to talk about maybe have a couple of reps in practice in case this happens. I don't think they skip a beat in terms of what they're doing offensively. I think Cliff just runs the offense because he knows the next guy in there. I got a lot of respect for Marcus. I think he's 11 seasons in this league. Put a highlight tape on yesterday morning. First thing we started off with of just plays he's had with his feet and with his arm. I think he fits this offense really, really well.
Steve, what have you seen from Leo Chenal over the last 3 years, and especially this season?
Yeah, listen, Leo is a key guy to what we do and what we've become because of how many things he can do. You guys have all seen it. He plays linebacker, then we put him at end. He's got in there, but tackle. Eventually, we'll probably have him out at corner, playing safety or something. But the versatility of Leo, especially, and Drew, with the things that they can do, it really helped us to kind of put things out there that are maybe a little bit unconventional at times. Leo's been terrific. I mean, he's as valuable as anybody getting in there in key situations. We usually pull out different things.
How does losing Omar Norman Lott affect what you want to do on the interior defensive line?
Yeah, I was really disappointed to lose Omar. I mean, it was kind of a up and down year from in terms of being healthy, right? Lost a lot of time in training camp and then the one, he didn't play in the first game and then he kind of came on and he dinged, did something on Friday practice, right, a couple weeks ago. Then he finally gets back, boom, and then he has this happen. So it's disappointing for him. You know, he'll grind through it and we'll get him back next year. What I thought he gave us was some juice inside, you know, with the way he moved. We won't have that now. I mean, we'll get some next guys to step up and Jerry will get more time and Derek will get more time. I think Derek's been practicing and playing really solid for us, so we need that. You know, Chris is in there and then, you know, we may have to ask some of the ends to go inside and mix and match it a little bit, but we took a little bit of hit there because I thought Omar was doing that and I expect him to continue that. So,
Thank you.
need to get him healthy. Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Appreciate it.
I just.
If you choose to, build.
20-page paper on what I think is gonna happen here. I want a double space.
Did you gonna say triple space, like triple space?
MLA style. When was the last time we were in MLA?
Agree. Wish that thing was off.
Yeah, I mean, supposed to be like nasty that much in the rain.
Is it
Stuff all
really?
day.
Yeah.
Probably good, man.
How about, have you heard about Nashville? It's supposed to be raining.
I think it's okay. I think.
You ran a beer water, so
Yeah.
they still
Probably.
wet.
Yeah, I'm going with it. Lose the next 4 games.
They're all West Coast, right? They got murderers, right?
I'm sure there's some in Tennessee out now.
At the end,
This year.
I mean, yeah, get your raincoat.
I don't have a raincoat. I do have a raincoat.
Now that-
Or
I was about
So
to-
you've never been anywhere cold for the winter yet?
I lived in Connecticut when I was younger, but this is like my first time since I was 12.
So you think it's cold today?
Don't worry, I'm from California.
A little bit.
It's not cold today.
Oh,
Should have had you up here for that Dolphins game a couple of years ago.
oh,
You know, it's minus whatever.
It's the rain, because the
Yeah.
rain makes your hands
Yeah.
cold when you're filming, and then your camera's metal. That's the
They
worst.
didn't give a company issue raincoat yet.
No, this is all I got.
Giving you a
I
company.
have a raincoat. There's just no hood, so I feel like doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Need to buy
I used to Shields and get one. Get a good save.
Go where?
Shields?
Steve Alakira sweatshirt. Our shirt.
Yeah, I was just saying.
I went to, I was just bored like on a Saturday. I went over to that, there's a cemetery over
I got like a nice winter.
there. and I was just researching it and it has some
Everything was
Satchel's grave at
They-
warmer now.
Buck O'Neill's grave.
That would be
Pretty cool. Yeah, let's go there.
20
Nice
degree weather,
memorial there
but-
for those guys.
It'd be funny, it'd be nice.
People on Satchel's tombstone left all these mementos like baseballs. And, you know, obviously
Crazy.
you don't touch it, but it's
In Florida, there's
Cool.
no turf.
see how it goes.
Florida.
They don't need it. But I
I
will
went
say
to the
it's
cemetery
great.
probably a month ago, 6 weeks ago. Yeah.
Like someone cleared.
It's over in Troost, I think.
Yeah, just mud.
Friday Night Lights. How fast?
I think I'm in a lake West versus Northwest.
That's turf out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go.
If I can, so nice tomorrow.
You guys,
All right.
Go ahead.
What's the confidence level in your room now with just how everything's going the last few years?
It's really in a good spot. Proud of the guys for really embracing where we were, being able to come together. Obviously, having Rasheed back and Xavier back is a big part of that. We're realistic when we go through that, but now that you have them back and you're full, let's use that. Let's roll. And the guys have been great. The confidence level, the positivity, the excitement, the fun, like every positive. Now, there's going to be some times where some things happen where maybe something doesn't work as great as you want it to, or so we got to rebound from that. But the word that we've been preaching and using all the last couple of weeks is consistency. Never get too high. And Coach Reed's the master at that, making sure that we just stay right here and then go out and just execute.
You haven't really skipped a beat. There's been some things on the line, right? Josh has been gone and Jawan got a little bit hurt last week, but you guys taking starters out at that point. But how good has that been? Because last year was so tough.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't matter really who's up in front there. You guys are doing all right.
It's been good. It's been really well. The guys are prepared. That's a part of the deal there, is to make sure that you're prepared, make sure you understand your role. And then I think like a guy like Caliendo comes in and does a great job stepping in last week. So these guys are ready. They practice the right way. And then when you have really being good in the red zone last week, being great situationally, third and fourth down, and then protecting the football, you got to take advantage of that. So we want to keep that going. We want to show you also have to be careful, in my opinion, of when you win, some of the stuff that you're not doing right getting deodorized by winning. So you got to make sure that you stay on top of that. And on Monday, when they come back in, you show them what we didn't do right and how we need to make sure that just because we won, that's not okay. We need to stay on top of that.
Will Rasheed's playtime continue to expand this week?
I feel like it'll be very similar, if not more. We'll give him as much as he can and wants to go. I think more of it than anything is just it's a lot to come back in and play right away and play 60 snaps. So we'll have a feel on how the game goes, but as much as we can get him in and keep him in, we'll do that.
Along those same lines, I mean, with Worthy and Rice and Hollywood, the Chiefs offense seems to be based more on 12 personnel packages. But with those three, how does that open up the option for more 11 personnel?
It's a great question. The 11 personnel is really good when you have the amount of wide receivers that we have, let alone those three guys you just mentioned. Being able to go 12 personnel, 13 personnel, mix it up is advantageous schematically so that you kind of keep the defenses off balance. But then when you go 12 personnel, you got two wide receivers on the field, and now you got a couple guys that are pretty talented that aren't. So there's a balance. And I think our coaching staff has done a good job and the players have been phenomenal. One of the things that really has jumped out to me this year is the unselfishness of the players. It's okay if I'm not in on this play, if this guy's doing well. That's not always normal. We have that right now, from guys starting with Kelsey down to a guy like Thornton, who you've heard me mention. When you have that, it's such a positive environment, and it makes it really easy to go out there and just keep going, just keep dialing up plays. And if something doesn't work quite as well, just go to the next play, and these guys are great.
How much does winning help that?
Obviously, it's big.
Yeah.
When you're not winning, it magnifies what you're doing wrong. When you're winning, it can hide what you're not doing well. So but when you win in the end, you want to teach off of winning.
Right.
But in order to help win, you got to have a positive culture. You got to have that environment where people are having fun, not just on game day when you see all the stuff you see, but you got to have fun during the week. We have a ton of fun in meetings the right way. It's balanced and it's professional, but the guys really enjoy how we do things, and that part's been great.
Matt, what's the challenge you put in front of the guys this week in the meeting room to where they keep raising that floor and the ceiling of what this offense can become by the end of the year?
To keep the execution at a high right now, which it is. The execution by these players has been great. Protect the football. That's been a key element, is making sure that with our defense that we have, if we protect the football and we score touchdowns, we're always going to be in good shape. And then never get relaxed with the details. This is a detailed offense. And so just when you think you're doing everything the right way, all of a sudden one little detail can hurt you. So I think our coaching staff, Coach Reed, all the guys, the players, they're professionals.
Blair, last one.
Thinking about Pat going against team that has Cliff on the staff, and you guys were the first, coaches to deal with Pat after college.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what you saw Cliff's influence on him by the time he got here.
Really, really good stuff. I think that when you go back and you look at the amount of time that we invested in looking at Pat, you automatically right away go to who his coach is and what he did with them. And I have so much respect for Cliff Kingsbury as a person, as a coach, what he's done college level, professionally in the NFL. Also with Dan Quinn, Coach Quinn has been great. From the head coaching side too, what he has done that's a separate deal for me. I just really have a ton of respect for both of them. And what Cliff has done with Pat is really he used his strengths and just gave him confidence to be able to just be himself is what I saw the most. Just go cut it loose, and it's okay if you make a mistake. We'll reel it in a little bit. So he's doing that now with his quarterback in Washington, and I think that's a credit to Cliff.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Good.
Winning Saturday.
The rock chalk.
I think Creed's out there.
How's it going?
Good, Creed.
Creed, on the acting play, Patrick's, complaining about it never working. What is your role there? You're over the center. You got some acting to do there as well?
Yeah, try to keep a straight face. Pat did a great job with it. I'm glad we executed it well. It was funny.
Are you supposed to be exasperated or something, or do you just kind of?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna stay quiet and try to keep a straight face.
Creed, what does it say about the line that you're able to swap out Trey, Mike comes in, Josh and Jalen comes in? It seems to be just as effective.
Yeah, these guys, they work really hard in this building. So, proud of the guys in the room. They do a great job. Everybody stays prepared. They've both done great jobs.
What's it feel like with the running game right now, with running backs? Does it feel like you've got some momentum going the right way?
Yeah, definitely. It feels like we're moving in the right direction. Obviously, there's still things to clean up. But yeah, just continuing to come in every week, improve on our technique, fundamentals, all those things, and just execute on game day. But it feels like we're moving in the right direction. Feels like things are looking good, and just got to keep that up and be consistent with it.
Especially on those short yardage ones as well. I guess been very effective at that. I guess probably feels the same way. Things are just getting better. But what are the details like on those kind of little plays? Because there's a little bit more on the line.
Yeah, definitely. It's a critical situation. The defense can move around a lot. They can bring blitzes, all those things. So you got to be able to play with anticipation. And that comes a lot with film study, understanding what they want to do. So, the guys have done a great job with it over the past few weeks, and we're seeing the results on the field. So now it's just being consistent with it.
What type of challenge does the Commanders front present you guys?
Yeah, really talented front. Kinlaw, Payne, and Side are really good players. They got really good edge rushers too. So the whole front seven, it's a really good front seven. So we got to work that out for us this week. But everybody's excited. Everybody's taking the right approach right now.
All good.
Thanks,
everybody. Thanks, Kirby.
Yep, there you go.
I think it's gonna be like one. He's tough to tell. Fourth one, bless you.
Okay.
You're out.
I am not.
Not.
I think there's two or session.
Everybody freaks out.
Find the Giants head coach $100,000.
Oh, it's that. So sticking that head in the big thing. They take that serious.
That's a lot of money.
It's pretty chill.
Yes, he has it.
Where does NFL fine money go?
That's an exact.
Charity game.
If it does it,
Okay, well, that makes sense.
NFL charities.
A lot of it goes to players, charities that benefit players after they get.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Good deal.
So they're in Delaware.
Yeah, they also fined gotta be 15,000.
Okay.
That's a lot for a rookie.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Just.
I forgot what he did. What did he do?
He also went into 10. That's it.
What, it was like a conspiracy or something?
Just did this.
And then, Dave will shoot out the. Dave will shoot out the. It's like,
Really?
oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's just so great.
Her sister's staying. She got their-
That's it.
He didn't go in, so he stuck.
You did that one of those tours, right? With the.
Yeah, yeah, that was really,
That team is not big enough for these guys to plug their heads into.
and in the video, Taylor shows it, we have like four, 5.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Already like 4 or 5 people in there. That's the biggest money. That's the guys who are still.
Is there last year.
And he sticks with
They're already in there.
I do too.
because Jackson Darkness is pride and joy.
Always have like.
Nice, you gotta be okay.
Russell Wilson back in there.
Yeah.
Like a trunk or treat.
Yeah, of all the break the Chiefs brought this year in terms of like other teams' injuries,
Oh, I know.
playing Russell Wilson may be the biggest.
Yeah, they announced Jackson the starter the next day.
Yeah.
It's
Second time that the Chiefs broke Russell Wilson.
Yep.
He's easy to break.
It's very fragile.
I remember that. He was, I think that was his first preseason game
It was there.
for Seattle as a rookie that he just absolutely destroyed the Chiefs.
Here,
Yeah.
people didn't know how good this was going to be.
Right?
Oh,
His rookie year.
He was phenomenal.
Yeah. His rookie year, he just absolutely.
Should be.
He's been done since. He's been done.
Yeah.
John Goodman character.
I know. Well, I'm a Steelers fan. It was interesting last year.
I was hesitant.
We had an easy schedule at the beginning of the season. We played,
Perfect. Okay,
it
great.
wasn't bad.
I'm sure you know.
Mhm.
Shouldn't have spoiled the, then this will be great.
Funny thing happened on his way to the Hall of Fame.
God,
It's just well enough to be all here.
I got Aaron Rodgers. It's the Packers.
Yeah, is it Sunday night?
I think it's Sunday night football. Yeah.
Yeah, you should. Look, thanks.
I think you said it's since last year.
You get like an ID.
Needs to be.
That's like my last like quarterback I grew up watching, you know, like when I was younger. All changes.
Yeah.
Okay, but one minute. Could you do it?
He'd be the second
Picture of it.
longest tenured quarterback.
This would be great.
With the team? Or
No, not necessarily with the same team, but just like in terms of the NFL experience.
Glad you're doing this.
maybe Stafford?
That's probably, yeah.
Not Stafford.
Flacco's pretty old too.
Yeah, Flacco.
He's so great.
Parents are going. Trying to say hi. Oh, you man.
What's Matthew Stafford?
He started in, what was his rookie
I
year?
want to say 09.
I was gonna say 8 or 9.
Stafford and overall out of Georgia.
I think he was 08.
Oh, wait.
Oh, 8. How about Flacco?
They won the Super Bowl in 12.
Well, then it was his third year, it was his rookie contract.
Maybe 10 or so.
Wow, Matthew, I didn't realize Matthew Stafford was good.
Yeah.
Stafford's been around a long time.
Brain speaking those, those bad.
They look pretty good this year, Rams.
Yeah, yep. God, they destroyed the Jaguars last week.
Could be a lot of old heads in the playoffs, old quarterbacks.
Flacco was 2008.
Hey,
They were the same draft. Wait, no, I lied. Stafford was. Stafford was 2009. So Flacco was 1 year before.
so there was some Hall of Fame finalists around now. There's 3 Chargers first round picks. On the ballot, Will Rivers, Drew Brees, and Manning.
So.
Oh, Eli Manning
Eli-
before the
Eli-
trade.
yeah, before the trade.
Wow. Okay.
Matthew Stafford's number 2 acting one quarterback.
Really behind,
Rodgers.
Well, that was
Aaron Rodgers.
Who was the GM? That Bobby
They did-
Pepper or
That's
Jay Smith?
a really good question.
It's pretty good draft picks there.
Yeah, Russell's 3rd, Flacco's 4th.
Gibbs play.
Yeah. So they step around his back, being the, I guess, safe.
Yeah, there's soon.
Oh, well, this is the most funny.
It's here. Happy Friday, baby.
Are you going to that World Cup thing next week with the renderings?
Yeah,
I figured you would.
Yeah.
Okay.
The day after it's a Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah. Yep.
Thank you, sir.
How you gonna see it?
Pretty good. How satisfying was a shutout?
I mean, it's a building point. I feel like you can play so much better as a defense. Maybe you can play like -3.
How's the body feel after that few snaps in a game? Was this any an extra day this week? What's it been like?
Life is good, man. I can't complain. You know, mentally stay sharp. The body feels really good. We're not gonna wood, but feel really, really good heading into this week. So got a few guys banged up. Try to get those guys healthy, but overall, I think we're in good shape.
Chris, what are you guys losing? Omar just been done for the year.
Oh man, that's my little brother, man. A very unfortunate situation, and I'm praying for him. He's such a hungry fool, and he's finally getting it together, coming along. You know, after week 2, he had the injury, was down, and finally getting healthy and being able to play kind of a amount of snaps, and you know, start being dependent on him to take up the double team for me. You know, to have him go down, we lose a big part of the defense. Even though he's in midfield, we asked him to do a lot.
It was a penalty on that play too. I mean, I guess when you back and look at that, is it cheap shot, whatever? Is it? I guess it doesn't matter. He's hurt, so does it matter how he got hurt?
You know, I actually looked back at the play, and I think it happened before
Okay.
the initial contact. I think it happened on the third step. So he's going down, he raised up his leg, he took pressure off the leg. So, and I think the lineman, as bad as it looked, I don't think it affected the injury any. I think it kind of happened before, and the lineman tried to finish him, which I've seen that done. I haven't had it done. I've seen it done multiple times. So could have been ill intent, but you know, unfortunately, we still lost a valuable piece of our defense.
Chris, on a positive note, you guys have been really successful generally against the run game. I guess, how do you explain the success that you guys have?
So we got a hell of a run game coordinator in Joe Cullen, who gives us looks throughout the week, who prepare us and keep us proactive in the run game. So whatever looks we've been seeing in the game, we're so familiar with it, and we've done so many reps of it at practice to where it comes easy for us.
This year's Chiefs offense and the 2018 offense, both averaging 40 yards a drive, but they're doing it two different ways. You played on both those teams. What's it like when the offense was just going up and down the field, scoring in 2 minutes, versus now, having a lot of these at 4, 6, 8 yards? What does that do for your defensive side?
Well, it's a pro and a con to it. 2018 we was fast strike offense, and it's good for offensive efficiency, but the con to it is your defense is either you scored in 2 minutes or your defense is back on the field in 2 minutes. So over accumulation of first half, you end up having 60 plays as a defense. It's never really, really good as a defense to have 60 plays in the first half. So I kind of like this methodical thing we're doing now. Another ball, play action, nickel and diamond, and then take one deep shot. It's be on the sideline for like 6 to 8 minutes and come on the field. This feels really, really good. We're able to catch our breath, and I think it's very, very good for the production of the defense. What the offense is doing right now. Continue to slow grind it, run the ball, play action, nickel and dime, throw one deep shot every now and then, and you get the same production.
What are the keys against the Commanders coming up on Monday night?
I mean, you look at the Commanders, they have a really, 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 really well-rounded team. They have a lot of weapons. Debo Samuel, Terry McLaurin, and their running backs. They got double head scorer in the backfield. So, and the offensive coordinator, Cliff, he do a really, really good job of scheming. So, we got our hands full there, and then they have a veteran tight end who's been in the game a while, who's still very, very productive. So we definitely got our hands full on trying to slow these guys down.
You watched Monday Night Football as a kid. Do you have a favorite memory of a game, and do you like playing on Monday night?
To be honest with you, as a kid, I really didn't watch football. I wasn't a fan. I was a basketball. I was a hooper. So, back when they watched football, I used to see these players get hit by Ray Lewis, and I was like, no. So, for me, it's very, very, very fortunate situation as a team, as an organization to be able to play on Monday Night Football. I mean, we have a lot of people who love to watch us play. So that's a very fortunate for us and the organization. But as a kid, I wasn't back then they had back then they didn't have the targeting route. So, concussions, they had it all over.
Come on.
Chris, when you were in high school in Mississippi, did you ever get recruited by Cliff Kingsbury at Texas Tech?
You know what? Unfortunately, they didn't offer me. Unfortunately, I wasn't lucky enough.
Which basketball team did you watch as a kid?
I was a huge, it transitioned over time. I was a huge Kobe fan. So 8/24, I always wanted to change my jersey. I think Nike told me how much it would cost. And Paul Pierce. I used to watch the Boston Celtics. Now I'm just Stephen Curry.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks,
Chris.
How about that?
Creed Humphrey.
Yeah.
I know y'all meant me. People think it's Friday. I guess it's Friday. Is that?